the men of GMS will not show their kneecaps. I had to put it that way, you know. Anyway, this guy right here, I'm watching this video, just got on this video. Whose man is this? And this is put up by the beloved GMS Hawaii Bar, which is Yahawada, the bar Yahawada. He lives in Hawaii. Anyway, he's going. I'm watching it, and he's going through this guy. The guy opens up, on his page is GMS, and he double honors, and then he starts cursing us out. And first thing I noticed was the guy. I see GMS, and then I see the guy wearing shorts and kneecap. I don't like to see a man's kneecaps. I don't like to see your thighs, your fucking kneecaps, your calves. That's why I said don't be wearing those shorts, man. That shit is feminine, man. When you went through the priest had to wear trousers on and over their garment. They had to wear something on them, not go up there with the underwears, man. That's in the scriptures, man. So you think we want to see it? That's feminine, man. You got a man coming around, walking around with shorts on. I don't want to be in the same room with that motherfucker, man. Forgive me for saying, man, I'm a little pissed off. But whoever this guy is, notify him that he's not a part of GMS. He should take his name off of GMS. Or if he keeps the name, just let's put a notification out. But this guy's not of GMS. If he thinks he's a GMS, he's not. We don't acknowledge him as being a part of GMS. And like I said, the first thing I noticed was the kneecaps, man. Look, if you let your woman wear shorts like this, and you let a friend in your house, guess what? He's gonna be looking at your woman's legs. He's gonna be looking at your woman's her thighs, the way she's built, and he's gonna get turned on by it. When you see a woman's kneecaps and calves and thighs and all that, that turns you on. That was supposed to turn you on if you're not an Edomite, if you're a real man, an Israelite. So, why would we were coming from leaving the camp, and there was 4 guys walking down the street because 2 of the men had to go to the bathroom. Apostle Ramla and Bishop Sakaran. So these guys are walking down the street. So from a distance, I see that they're all men. They're wearing shorts, and I don't hear what they're saying. But I said, look at them 4 moles. And sure enough, when they get close, we hear them talking, and they got the sweetness in their mouth. But they're wearing them shorts. Men are not supposed to be wearing shorts. They ain't supposed to be showing their kneecaps. Even in boxing, Jake. Oh, look at them Edomites that play basketball before they even let Jake in. They used to wear them tight shorts, and so Jake took it over. When you see most boxers, Jake boxers, their shorts are so long, they're like knickers. All right, they come down to the kneecap, sometimes past the knee. Jake will show his upper body, but he ain't gonna wear no tight, that what that goes back to. That nakedness thing, my man, Israelite man and a woman not supposed to be walking around naked, man, showing the thighs. What does it say in Isaiah 47? Right? Let's go to that real quick, and I'm gonna close it. I'm not gonna be long on this. Let's go to Isaiah 47. Isaiah 47. And we're gonna start from the top. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground, there is no throne. Meaning this is taking place right now. All right? In other words, you losing your power. China doesn't respect you. Russia's doing what the hell they want to do. You ain't fighting Russia. You ain't fighting, because if you fight Russia, you're going to have to fight China, and you're going to have to fight all the nations that line up against them. See, that whole NATO alliance ain't doing shit, because none of the NATO alliance is doing that. Now, the The Ukraine, they want to be a part of NATO. NATO ain't allowed them to be a part of NATO. Why? Because as soon as they sign off and they're official members, guess what? All the NATO nations have to get involved in that war. And they don't want World War II. You know? They don't want the war Armageddon. And all of them know about this, all these, especially guys in the military, trust me, they all know about they read about military strategies in the scriptures and in other books. There are a lot of these warriors, these military guys, even fighters, they read Sun Tzu, The Art of War. They read the Book of Five Rings, written by Masashi Miyamoto. I had a copy of that book, and that's all on war strategy. So where do you think they get some of their war strategy from? They get it from the scriptures. They get it from King David and Saul. Because they were known as being warriors, man. So let me read it again. So when these top generals and these top elite scholars and the super elite and the top priests and so forth, as Yeshua would say, priests, they would read the scriptures, and they know full well that the daughter of Babylon is different from ancient Babylon. The daughter of Babylon stemmed from Babylon, meaning the ways in the spirit. It was a spiritual birth. So the virgin daughter of Babylon is who? The United States. But who's linked up with it? NATO. And what is NATO ultimately going to do? Shoot arrows on this place. Revelation 17. Sit on the ground. There is no throne. You're losing your society. Look at the president. That's half a mummy right there, man. And he had a woman vice president, a black woman, and all she don't do shit. You hardly ever see her. It says, give me a second. Forgive me. Let me read that again. O virgin of Babylon, sit on the ground. Ground meaning you're low to the land. You know, the valley is a ground. You have mountains, and between those mountains, you have valleys. This is the low land that Job spoke about in Job 10. This is the valley that King David spoke about in Psalms 23. This is the valley that the dry bones that Ezekiel spoke about in Ezekiel 37, one of my favorite chapters. O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Everybody wanted to come to America right now. Everybody's leaving America pursuant to Isaiah 13. Take the millstone. That means to go out there and bust your ass and work and grind mill. Uncover thy locks. Locks meaning locks of hair. Make bare the leg. Uncover the thigh. Pass over the rib. When you have a woman, if you go back to like before the turn of the century, the 1800s, 1700s, the Western days, 1800s, 1700s, these women, and before that, those women were fully covered. Go back and check it out. They were fully covered, and they got that from the scriptures, because the ancient woman, the women of Israel, fully covered. They had a veil over their face. The Edomite women, they used to, when they used to go to the beach, they would wear like a dress. You wouldn't see them with a bikini. The bikini came out in the 50s, all right, with so-called women's liberation. You didn't see their breasts. You didn't see their cleavage. You didn't see their arms. You didn't see their elbows. You didn't see their knees. You didn't see their calf. You didn't see their feet. You didn't even see their hair, because they were covered. They had like something that whatever it's called, like a hood that they put over and cover the hair. You hardly see their hair. And that goes back to the scriptures. When Isaac first saw Rebecca, she had a veil on. She was covered, so no man could see her, and her body was covered, man. So here you got women totally uncovered, but then you got men totally uncovered, man. I ain't supposed to see your fucking kneecaps, bro. And when I do see it, and you brothers do a video, I immediately I go to the next video, man. I don't want to see your fucking kneecaps. This is why the Apostle Paul had a problem with men in the church of Corinth with long hair. And he cursed them out about it. O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. It said, take the millstone, grind mill, uncover thy locks, make bare the legs. And if you made bare the legs back in the turn of the century, the 1800s, 1700s, your husband might beat you to death or might divorce you, man, because other men are looking to slit. They started with the slit in the skirt, and then you got the what they call, James Brown called, the hot pants. And I remember this was in the early 60s that they had laws where if your dress was too high, if it was like if it showed your kneecaps or your part of your thighs, a cop would actually arrest you for indecent exposure. All right? And you couldn't wear mini skirts and hot pants, as they called it. You know, James Brown did a song called Hot Pants. That was about liberation, because they would actually arrest you, put the cuffs on you, and send your ass to jail. I'm talking about in New York. And if it was happening in this is when they had the so-called blue laws, man, where everything was closed on a Sunday. I remember that. Everything was closed on a Sunday. It says, take the millstone and grind mill, uncover thy locks, which is your hair, make bare the legs, and that's a shame for a woman to do, uncover thy thighs, pass over the rivers. Thy nakedness, little nakedness, and the deeds that they do, like these small hats, their nakedness is being uncovered, man. Because there's a whole lot of information about these small hats and the whole slave trade. They supplied the ships. They had a major part behind that thing because it was profitable. So more of us are going to put out more videos exposing these devils, man. A big part of the slave trade, you know, is you can blame on the small hats. So they're not the righteous people. Okay? It said, thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. There was an old saying, you got caught with your pants down. In other words, we see your ass cheeks, we see your thighs. And there was a disgrace for a white woman that represent purity to show any part of her. She couldn't show her ankles, man. You know what? Let me see if I can do this. Give me a second here. Because y'all niggas just came on the earth. I've been here for a while. Let me see. Let me see how I'm going to do this. Coney Island Beach in the turn of the century. Okay, we got it. So let's see. Let's see if I'm wrong. This was like in the 1900s. That was the turn of the century. Let me pull this open. Okay. I was showing damn men. They show you the women. They were fully covered. Fully covered. Let me do this. Let me go woman. Put woman. Woman. Okay, let's see what we can find here. Okay, there's a good one. Okay, here we go. These are little girls. You see how they got see how they covered? The boys wore shorts, but you see how the young girls are covered? That was before the bikini. This was definitely, this is when the bikini came out, a nice little concubine. And this is in the 50s. That's when they started, their morals started changing. All right. And that was by the small hats. Let me see. Okay, here's a good one. Here's a good one. See, okay, she's at a beach, right? She's at a beach, Coney Island Beach. Look at her. She's fully covered. You don't see her kneecaps, you know? You don't see her breasts, the cleavage in her breasts. And that's if you dress like this during the time of the turn of the century or before, they would arrest you for that. They'll lock you up for that, man. So I know what I'm talking about. Okay, I showed you that one. Okay, they're on the beach. You see how the boys are dressed up. They got the suits on, and the little girls they covered up, and their mothers are completely covered up. And then you got the men on the beach, completely. He got the derby on, and he got the full suit, shoes, and all that. You got butlers, waiters, and so forth. They're all covered up. See, that whole change of showing yourself came about really like in the 50s with the bikini, and that was like going into the 60s. It was a shame for a woman to smoke, and they had the small hats said, well, let's make a woman cigarette. And I remember they had the TV commercials. You got your own cigarette now, baby. You're going a long, long way. And that went with free love and really coming back from Vietnam. You know, drugs wasn't a big drugs is a norm in this country. Drugs is a norm in this country. All right. Look at this. They're on the beach. Look at the woman. Look at the woman. She might be the mother over this one. They're on the beach. She's fully covered. Look at this one. Fully covered. You don't see nobody with no bikini, man. So what's wrong with you Israelite men? Please don't do no videos. If you're down with GM, if you're at IUIC, you can do whatever the hell you want to do. Okay? But don't be doing no videos because if I see your kneecaps, I'm changing the channel. Look at that. The little girl, see? This is when they were more pure. And I'm going to say this too. I said it earlier. I'm going to say it again. You had blue laws, and nothing was open. Nothing was open on a Sunday. Nothing was open on a Sunday except for the hospitals. Look, you got a man over here, fully suit. She's covered. You don't see that. Look, you don't see their feet. Look, you can get turned on by looking at a woman's feet. That's called a fetish. You might just be in the feet. You know? Look at them. They're walking. That's the beach. Matter of fact, that's Coney Island. The mid to late 50s, going to the 60s and the 70s, that whole thing changed. The little girl on the horse, she's covered up. The little boy is covered up. All the women are covered up. All the men are covered up. They're wearing jackets and all that, man. Okay. You're going to have Negroes. These are the Negro Israelites. And they following Esau. It's hard to believe this unspoiled beach is Coney Island in the 1870s because it was a nice place to go to. But look at this. Look at this. They're at the beach. This guy's wearing a hat. He's got the suit on. And when we were kids, we used to have to wear suits all the goddamn time. Church clothes all the goddamn time. This is the woman. Look at her. Completely covered up. Completely covered up. But now you got men wearing fucking shorts. The fuck out of here. And you can hardly find too many pictures on this, man. You see? You see the little kids? You see how they're fully covered up? They're fully covered up. That so when you come back to over here, now you understand. Take the millstone and grind mill, uncover thy locks, make bare the legs, and that happened really during the time of the Vietnam conflict. That's when late, really the 60s, mid to late 60s, where you had free love, you had the hippie movement. That's when the morals of this, the so-called morals of this country, totally went down, man. You know, because even the police wasn't all that bad. I've been in cars when I was a kid, where my parents were driving and the police, or either my police officer pull you over, and you might have a suspended license. And you know what the cop would say? They said, "Look, you got a suspended license. I'm gonna let you go, but as soon as Monday morning, go to the DMV and get it straightened out. Okay? You have a good day." Now it's a demon. It's an actual demon. The love of many shall wax cold. I remember, man. You had Edomite cops because you didn't have too many. You didn't have Jake cops, period, man. That came about in the 70s, through pressure. You had all Edomite. Anytime a cop would come or two cops would come, it would be two Edomites. But they were professional. Here I'm talking good about this man. So what do you think that means? That's bearing the uncovering the locks, bearing the legs is talking about their sins, their open love, their homosexuality, you can change sexes. So all of it's coming out. And this whole thing with the small hats is going to backfire on them, man, because now we're doing all kind of research about what they did. How do we get over here? The whole private prison industry is about what? It's about profit. The Apostle Gabar did a video on that with a crazy bone from Bones Thug and Doug the Harmony. And he was sitting at the meeting where, look, we're going to change the way rap is, and it's going to be more of a gangster type rap where it pushes crimes and death and killing, so we can fast track Jake into the prison system. And in the private prison system, it's all about you need people in there. Because what if people just say, I'm not going to commit any crime? Well, look, we got to make up crimes. It says, thy nakedness shall be uncovered. Yeah, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance and I will not meet thee as a man. As for our Redeemer, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai of hosts is his name, the Holy One of Yasha sit thou silent and get thee into darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans. Darkness meaning they can't see what's going. They don't see that this place is going, man. For thou shalt no more be called the Lady of Kingdoms, mistress. I was wroth with my people. I have polluted my inheritance and given them into thine hands, Babylon's hands. Thou didst show them no mercy upon the ancient. Thou hast thou very heavily laid thy what? There goes the word yoke again. They put us in the, you go to the, put in the word yoke of iron. Look at the pictures. You see old Jakes with yokes of iron on their neck. And thou sayest, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart. They don't think they're going down, but they're going down. Neither didst remember the latter end of it. Neither didst remember the latter the end of it. You know what comes to mind real quick? Deuteronomy 32. This applies to Israelites and Esau. Go right to the point. Latter. For they are a nation void of a counsel. That was talking about us. Now I was talking about Esau. We're coming back into the counsel, Lord. Neither is there any understanding in them. The elect of Israel, we do have to understand. We know exactly what's going to happen to this place, this system. Oh, that they were wise. Now this applies to you. Deuteronomy 30, verse 7. That they understood this, that they would consider their latter end. We didn't consider our latter end because we were on top. Jeshurun waxed fat and kicked. So Esau's on the top. So he thinks he's not going to go down. So he hasn't considered his latter end. You understand? Now, this is why we were talking about this yesterday. Let me go to Revelation. Bear me for a minute. I believe it's Revelation 17. Revelation 17. Okay, here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Beautiful. So John saw this woman, and he lusted after the woman because she had her thighs open. You could see her breast. She had big bosom, big bosoms, whatever you call it. You could see her thighs. You know, a woman. Look, a woman can sit down and not say a damn thing to you. The way she positions her body to and looks at you, she's letting you know you can get this. You can get this. You know, you can get it if you really want it. Gotta have fun with this thing, man. Stammering lips and another tongue. When you look that word up stammering, it says to be buffoonish. So this is what he see. He don't understand what's going on. He's seeing the Babylon, you know, the Babylon the Great, but he doesn't know what's going on. So he sees this woman, right? Now this adds up to 666. And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery Babylon the Great. That's the first six. The mother of harlots, meaning a madam or a lady. You know, a madam is the head master of all the other prostitutes. The mother of harlots and the abomination of the earth. I remember I used to go to this brothel in another life, and I always used to look at the madam, and she looked good. She was the finest one in there, and I was always give her a look. I said, one day I'm gonna get with you, and she'd be looking at me back, but I never got with her, you know. That was in the back in my reincarnation. Yeah, that was when I was hanging out with Samson when he was at the brothel. Anyway, it says, and I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints. What is that talking about? What is that talking about? It's talking about this. This goes, look, hand in hand with Daniel 7. Wore out the saints of the Most High. I saw them drunken with the blood of the saints. How many of us died? How many millions of us have died over here? How many millions of us, or hundreds and thousands of us, died in the middle passions? How many of us was killed? How many of us was worked to death? So they got to pay for what they got to fucking pay. You got to pay. The check is due. It says, and I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints and with the blood of the martyrs of Yahushua. And when I saw her, I wondered with great admiration. Now let's pull out some words. Let's pull out some words. Let's look up the word wonder. To wonder at, marvel, to be wondered at, to be had in admiration. Admiration goes back to the word love. Like you see women every day, right? And every woman that we see, we judge them on a sexual level. All y'all, you think the way I think. If you're a man, a real man, yeah, I hit that. You know, you see another one, she a little old, but I'll still hit that. You know what I'm saying? Tell me I'm lying. You tell me like that you don't think that way, and I'll call you a liar. It said a wonderful thing, a marvel wonder, a wonder with great wonder exceedingly. So this was borderline lusted after the woman because she had her thighs you can see her thighs. You know how the woman lays down and they got the toe sticking out, and the knee is bent. You can see the thigh, and you can see the the voluptuousness of the whole woman, because that's what he saw. He saw a fine woman, a thick, fine white woman. She could have had a tan, but she looked good. So he's forgetting that he's not thinking that this means Babylon the Great. He just seen a fine ass woman. Borderline, he got aroused by. All right. So let's come on. Come on back. Great admiration. Great meaning big. Big admiration. Admiration. Thosma, a wonderful thing, a marvel, wonder, to wonder with great wonder exceedingly. Let me click on this. To behold, look upon, view attentively. And if you see a woman and she look hot and she by herself, you're gonna look and you're gonna look at her, man. Damn. You're gonna be like, God damn. God damn. My. You sure look good tonight. Like I said, you gotta have fun with this, man. To behold, look upon, view attentively, contemplate. Well, what does it mean to contemplate? It means you wonder in your mind, man, I wonder if she got a man. When you go to the clubs, that's what you do. What girl do you look to dance with? The one that looked good to you. Because what does a dance lead to? It leads to you getting it. That's the only reason why I went to the clubs. I didn't go to the club for the music. I went to the club for the galleys. And I was very aggressive. Pastor Rob, I was cracking up. Israel could be very aggressive. I would go up to a woman. I would say, "Would you like to dance?" She said, "Nah, that's all right." And I go to a girlfriend. "How about you? Would you like to dance?" "Yeah, sure." Get together. You know what I'm going to say? I get the number. "Yeah, how you doing? Where you live? You got a man? This look good. Blah blah blah. Let me get your number. I want to take you somewhere. What do you like to eat? Blah blah blah. Let's exchange numbers." Then all of a sudden, the girl that turned you down is mad at her girlfriend for getting with you, and she's saying, "Well, he came to me first." "Yeah, but then she tells me about it, and I said, "Well, that's her fucking problem." I said she should have said yes. You said yes, and that's how these hoes are. Cause look, I'm not. Look, I'll say how you doing. If I don't feel the vibe, I'm moving on. I'm like, all right, goodbye. F you, and have a nice day, and I'll go to the next one. It's what do you call it? The law of numbers, whatever you call it. You if you like somebody that's gonna steal from a car, what they do is they pull the car door handle, and it might take 10 cars, and the car might be open, and they'll go in there and steal shit real quick. Same thing with a woman. You go to one woman, she don't act right, you go to the next woman. You go to the next woman, she don't act right, you go to the next woman. Eventually, dealing with the laws, was it the law of averages or whatever? After every fifth woman or every second woman, she gonna respond to you. Tell me I'm lying. All right. So it says, to behold, look upon, view attentively, contemplate. Meaning you think, man, if I can get with her, often use of public shows of important persons that are looked on with admiration. But this is like a lust. To view, take a view of, in the sense of visiting, meeting with a person, to learn by looking, to see with the eyes, to perceive. So that's what that meant when he said he wondered with great admiration, because the thighs were showing. He saw the thighs. He saw the calves. Look, you got to find a super fine woman. Her feet look good. Her calves look good. Her thighs look good, and it was nice and thick. Cause Jake likes we like thick women, for the most part. You know, she's got she's got breasts. Even the back be looking good. Oh, I like her back. You know what I'm saying? I like her hands. You know, the way she runs, like a feminine woman. You know. Anyway, with that, I'm gonna say shalom. On to the next one. I had to get this rant out.